We conquered the Echo by pressing no buttons other than left click button on my mouse to just walk around. And that's why I build these things, and that's how I build them. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Gyro here. Today we are back in Last Epoch Season 2, Tombs of the Erased, and I'd like to, with this video, showcase my early endgame Void Knight Autobomber and address some of the raised concerns, raised questions that you had in your comments. So how about we do it in real time? I will be a little bit rambly because it's not scripted and because I'll be distracted here, but also you will see my main point, and I will start with this main point. Main point is, please do not focus on how far or how high I made it in the game. Please try and focus on the fact that the build is extremely accessible and how much one can do with very little. And by that I mean just by walking around and literally doing nothing else. I'm not going to use Erasing Strike once. I'm not going to use the Warpath once. I'm not going to use Abyssal Echoes once. I'm only auto-casting 2 spells. First is the Devouring Orb. Second is Anomaly. That's all that gets cast right now, simply with the help of Numlock key. No fancy tricks. It's exactly as I talked to you in the guide. And by the way, let's address straight away also the question that was raised: where is the build? The build guide. Well, the build guide, as I'm walking around here, I hope you don't mind. I will be just walking around here, reaching my level 66. I'm not pressing any buttons. I'm just walking in circles. Okay. So the build guide I've given in, and I've prepared the Last Epoch tools build for you. I am personally, when I'm consuming this kind of content, I know that we all playing differently, we all consume content differently. So I personally prefer to actually, first of all, respect the content creator and listen to what they have to say. But at the same time, you would have to level with me and understand that my lazy builds unapologetically are for people who play similar to me. And it is for people who have a life. It is for people who would like to watch Netflix or just kind of lazily after the long day at work, walk around like this, not doing much else, not paying much attention, but still getting a satisfaction from getting new loot, being exposed to a game, and yeah, and kind of respecting my audience as well, welcoming your opinions, your thoughts. I'm not saying I don't want to learn from people who have a constructive suggestion, as opposed to those who come here on their very, very high horse and kind of just tell me that I should not be qualified or something to talk about the builds. Why not? Why really not? Especially considering how easy this game is. So I think all that I'm doing here is I'm not trying to compete with those elitists. It's not my crowd, but at the same time, okay, I don't judge you if you don't judge me. That's my general policy. Live and let live. And I hope this answers questions of some of you who thought that I was defensive or whatever. I just don't want to be told off in my own kind of little corner of the interwebs of what to do and what not to do. This may or may not be for you. This is definitely for me, and I would dare say it's also probably for some people similar to me who don't mind this kind of content. Let's get to the next point. So, no, I have not killed Uber Aberath, and will I be really, will my attention span and my focus on this particular character last long enough for me to develop it to that point? I honestly don't know, man. I don't know, but I'm trying to give you an extrapolated build for level 100 using no particular gear there, only focusing on the skills, only giving you the talents and other kind of stuff that I think you need. By the way, my Path of Exile guides are very similar to this one as well. If you're playing both games and if you're waiting for the next season in Path of Exile just as much as I do, then please stick around, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's be on this journey together. You will have a hard time telling me that there is another build in this game that allows you to just walk around like this. Come on, mate. Like, seriously, like, again, in the most friendly way possible. Come at me, bro. Tell me what other build allows you to literally walk around like this, and literally everything just dies around you. Like, I love those builds, those kind of builds. So my builds are for lazy players who don't pretend to be something that they are not. And I love that Last Epoch allows me to do this. I almost achieved something similar to this in Path of Exile, mostly with my summoner builds, because I play them kinda, metaphorically speaking, if I use the analogy of taking your very angry dogs for a walk. So you just walk and they just kill everything around you. I like those kind of builds. And by the way, also as a kind of reward for all my people who are supporting growth of this channel and watching these videos and actually watching my explanations, there could be a handful of you probably, I'd say that the next content that you can expect from me is a similar build that is going to be a replica of one of those builds from Path of Exile, where I am taking my very angry dogs for a walk and they kill everything. So it's going to be a Necromancer. Yes, it's going to be a Necromancer. And possibly it's going to be a Pyre Golem Necromancer. So I built a Pyre Golem Necromancer a long time ago when the game was still in beta, and I would like to replicate that build now in the, obviously a couple of years later, in the Tombs of the Erased season, and see if it still feels the same way, where I just walk around, don't do anything, but my in this case it's void spells, but in that case it's gonna be just a Pyre Golem and my lovely skeletons, if they're going to just literally kill everything. So once again, if I have to apologize for ranting, I'm on topic. I hope you're still following me. Let's see how we go against a slightly harder enemy, Nemesis. We're just going to let my balls hit him and just see. That's it. He's dead. He dead. Okay. Another build that I'm quite interested in, and that's something that I'm also probably planning to build a little bit later, perhaps after the Necromancer. It is going to be a Beastmaster, because I've seen a fairly promising, but again a little bit of a sweaty, a bit of a sweaty build of level 100. I don't have that kind of time or patience. I've seen the build with wolves, a lot of wolves running around, and it's pretty cool. It did, even from just watching the YouTube video of that person, who I'm absolutely going to give credit to when I publish, if I get to that, and when I publish this build of my own version. It seemed harder to me to build it than Necromancer. Maybe it's just because I'm unfamiliar with it. But that's basically what you can expect from me. I hope I made myself very clear. I'm sure I have not satisfied every elitist there, in terms of they still think I'm probably not qualified to talk here about my builds. But my builds are unpretentious, mate. If you need something that is going to kill Uber Abirath in 3 seconds, and if you have like trading component there where you need to buy super expensive items and like really fine-tune the thing, that's just not how I play, man. Like again, like I said, let's not, like, if you literally are here for that kind of content, it's just not that type of shop. You need fine dining and this is McDonald's, or maybe the other way around. Maybe this is fine dining and you need McDonald's. Hope it makes sense. I'm sorry if I ranted, but at the same time, I'm not sorry that I build my builds this way. Am I being clear on that? Not sorry about that at all, man. I find this super enjoyable, super entertaining, including producing these mini guides for those who are not so high on a horse, alright? So thank you for watching. We conquered the Echo by pressing no buttons other than left click button on my mouse to just walk around. And that's why I build these things, and that's how I build them. Now your turn, talk to me in the comments down below, let's be mutually civil. And yeah, stick around for more very lazy builds of a similar nature, where you do the least amount of action and stuff dies around you. That's kind of how I build my builds. Thanks for watching, really appreciate you being here, and goodbye for now.